This is a very special review because we are reviewing a certain book that was written and illustrated by Brett Brooks, who we met at Fanaticon last month. The graphic novel called Dust Bunny. What did you think of it?
I thought it was really, really well written and very well drawn.
The thing that jumped out to me immediately was the art style, because when we talked to him, he mentioned that he was a fan of comic strips and not comic books, like the comics you would see in the newspaper, like Garfield or Peanuts. And it being black and white instantly reminded me of that.
Yeah.
And to me, if that had been a color book, like a book in color, it would not have had the same feel. Like,
No.
I love the fact that it was in black and white.
Yeah.
And I thought he did a very good job of creating his own universe.
Yes.
I love the characters' names. Like, Might was probably my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I loved how every panel he was in, you had to have like a magnifying glass to show his face and everything. I thought that was really cool.
Like you're saying, like his whole world, he made up himself. It isn't based off of anything else other than what he came up with.
Yeah. The general story is it's about Dust Bunny, who is a detective for this force called the Sweep Force, and he's investigating the death of his father figure, and his name I can't...
Chip Hoffenmeiser or something like that.
That sounds about right. Who's basically his father figure and was murdered.
Yeah.
So he's investigating that, and even after he gets thrown off the case because he's made it personal, it's a very good detective story, and I'm a sucker for a good detective story. It had a very, very film noir kind of feel to it. Like, it felt like a 50s detective story.
It reminded me in a way of L.A. Noire.
A little bit, yeah.
But it's based in this city called Basement City, and all the inhabitants are like roaches, ants, moths, dust bunnies, mites, toilets, just...
Yes, there's a comedian who has the head of a toilet.
Yeah, his name is Potty Mouth.
Yeah.
And it's those kind of things that makes it a really good graphic novel.
Another thing, this kind of goes on with him creating his own universe, but the fact that it had such a backstory to it. Like, Basement City was originally in a different location, and then it gets flooded or something like that, right?
I think it catches fire.
Catches fire, yes.
And then when they build Basement City, it floods.
Okay. But yeah, it's really, really good. It's being sold online, I believe, so
Yeah.
check it out if you can. And he actually got signed with a publisher.
I know. That is very awesome.
And he's also been plugging our show,
Yeah.
which is great.
Brett is a really, really awesome guy. I stared at him a lot at Fanaticon, and he just thought it was the most hilarious thing.
He did, yes.
So he's a really good guy, and if you want something different and fresh to read, check out Dust Bunny.
I'll end it on this note. When it all boils down to it, we know that people who love their comics can get a little too passionate about it, which we're both guilty of doing that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, we read comics for fun, for fun stories, and this is a fun story.
Very much so.
It's one of those that you can honestly, because once I picked it up and started reading it, I couldn't put it down.
Yeah, I literally, anytime I had free time, I read Dust Bunny. I didn't read Batman. I didn't read Superman. I read Dust Bunny until I finished it. I didn't touch another comic until it was done.
And that's not sucking up. That's the truth.
Yeah. If I was sucking up, I would have money in my pocket.
True.
Which he has money in his pocket from us buying the book.
Yeah, it's good to see somebody work hard doing something like this and getting it published and getting signed with a legit publisher.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's even cool to meet people like that.
Oh yeah, and he loves what he does. He
Yeah.
has passion about it, and that's what's really cool about it.
Yeah, it's great. Definitely go online. If you can buy it, definitely get it.
Yes, I would highly suggest it, and we'll post some links on how to find
Definitely,
it.
yes. We will definitely do that.